Hey everyone, it's Blake here from ChessPathways.com, and in today's openings video, we'll be discussing the Saragossa Opening. The Saragossa Opening is a rare opening characterized by this first move pawn to c3, and this is another one of those openings that really only has a name because you have to call this first move something, so a lot of players might see the name Saragossa Opening while they're playing around with their opening databases, but you're never really going to hear a chess player say, "Oh, I play the Saragossa Opening." I don't think I've ever seen anyone in a tournament play this first move, but I do have a funny story for you at the end of this video where I seriously considered opening a tournament game with pawn to c3, playing the Saragossa Opening myself. But first, let's consider this move from a theoretical standpoint, and there's not too many independent lines really associated with this move. Of course, there's many opening systems where c3 is a great move to play. It's simply usually played later on. For example, if black played c5 right now, very reasonable move, white could play e4, and we would get an Lappin variation of the Sicilian defense. White could play d4, and this might transpose to a Kali system. Both very well-respected openings. If black played instead d5 here, now white can't really play e4, but white can still play d4 and grab the center. And we would probably get a Kali system kind of setup, maybe even a London system if white played bishop to f4. Of course, white could try to get creative here and play a move like knight a3. I've seen a game that continued like this, with the intention to drop this knight back to c2 at some point, but this is maybe getting a little bit too creative. Black's simply going to be able to take the full center after e5, and I think I would already prefer the black position. I guess one way to keep the game in original territory here after d5, white could play queen c2, and I guess this is a line unique to the Saragossa Opening. You can't really get this out of any other opening, but once again, black's just going to play e5, and what do you really do here as a white? White has to contest the center somehow, and the best I can really see here is maybe transposing to a King's Indian attack kind of setup, with like d3 and knight d2, and g3 and knight f3 and bishop g2, and then striking with e4 later on. But if white doesn't make that work, it's kind of hard to make sense of their setup here. So that's the real reason the Saragossa Opening isn't too popular. White has ways to play this line reasonably, but most of them will just transpose back to other well-known openings with a different move order. Any attempt by white to get too creative will probably lead to a black advantage. Now that said, I told you there was a game where I gave serious consideration to opening with the Saragossa Opening myself, so let me tell you that story. This was back in 2015, and I was paired against someone I had played many times before, an expert in the local area. And I had played several games against him with both colors, and every time I had the white pieces against him, I would play e4, he played c5, the Sicilian defense, and he was really well prepared in this Dragadorf setup, a hybrid of the Sicilian Dragon and the Najdorf Sicilian. And in my past couple games against him where I was white, I was struggling to get an advantage against this system. He knew it very well. Now, in my past couple games against him where I had the black pieces, he played e4, I played c6, the caro-kann, and he played some pretty suboptimal lines against the caro-kann, and I felt that I got an opening advantage with black in my two most recent games against him with the black pieces. So because of that, I seriously considered playing the Saragossa Opening against him in this game. I had the white pieces. I was planning to play c3, letting him take the center, d5, I was going to play d3, let him play e5, and now I was going to play d4, and we get a caro-kann defense. So I thought about it, but ultimately I decided against playing the Saragossa Opening, because, I mean, what message does this send, right? As soon as I play d3 on move 2 and d4 on move 3, what I'm basically telling my opponent is, I think you play against the caro-kann so badly that I'd rather have the black pieces against you than white. And more importantly, the message this would be sending to myself if I played this is that I don't think I can beat his Dragadorf. So in the end, I decided, come on, have some self-respect. You're not going to play d3 on move 2 and then d4 on move 3. Play e4 like you always do. Go into the Dragadorf and try to beat him there. And fortunately, the story has a happy ending. I did end up winning the game. So that's one practical purpose to the Saragossa Opening. You can try to give yourself a Slav defense or a caro-kann defense with reversed colors. And really, besides that purpose, I can't really think of a good reason to play c3 on move 1. You can really always play this move later. You sometimes can't play a move like d4 or e4 later, so you might as well play a normal move on move 1, and you can always play c3 later on if that's part of your opening setup. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. And please make sure you click the link in the description to visit ChessPathways.com and get signed up there. It's totally free, only takes 5 seconds to get signed up, and I will send you a free move-by-move guide to chess thinking when you join. Thanks, and I'll see you there.